Hi guys, welcome back to my XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review Dark Fina. So I must say she is probably the worst Neo Vision until now. Okay, so let's start from her stats. So like you can see that her stats, wow, it's really mediocre. Why I say mediocre? Actually, it is not mediocre, it is bad because she doesn't have any killers. So yes, maybe Neo Vision characters, some Neo Vision characters are kind of bad, like locked to certain element or whatever, but at least they have killers. And with those killers, they can become good on some situation. But for Dark Fina, she doesn't have that. So like you can see that her magic boost is also ordinary, like 190%. It is not like 300%, so you can ditch magic boosting abilities in exchange for killers. So yes, she is bad even on her stats. Okay, so she gets solid elemental resist, but that's simply bad. And if you take a look here, she able to do quad cast at the start of battle. It is good on normal form, but on Brave form, I'm not sure why this even matters. Maybe for the next wave battle it will be useful, not sure, but still, her stats, nothing special. So enough about stats, now let's talk about her normal form. On normal form, she is Chaos Wave Awaken and Tornado Chainer, but really guys, Tornado is useless, not because it is bad. I think Tornado is even better than Chaos Wave Awaken, but yeah, not many Neo Vision, actually she is the only Neo Vision who has great Tornado. And actually it is not that great because it is a cooldown ability, so you cannot cast it more than once per turn. So bye bye Tornado Chain. You don't need to worry about this Tornado. Okay, so ditch that from your mind. So she is Chaos Wave Awaken Chainer. And in terms of Chaos Wave Awaken, she is Earth Elemental. So for the damage, I don't think it is that bad, 60 to 70 times. Remember, she is a quad caster, so she can deal 280 times damage per turn. Not bad, but again, with no killer, it is simply like other Neo Vision. And she also can become finisher if you want her to be. She can use Dystopia, and yes, it is nice, but I think the animation may be quite long, so you cannot finish with all the Dystopia. And she also able to break enemy spirit by 80%, so yes, it is pretty big and can be useful on maybe on some occasion where you want to maximize your damage but you don't want to bring breaker. Yes, it can be useful for Dark Vision as a support, not your main DPS because yeah, lack of killers. Okay, she also able to buff Fire, Wind, Earth, and Dark Resist to all allies, 70%, quite big half elements on this game, so quite nice I must say. And for Grandest ability, it will activate her quad cast. And yes, you want to use this Grandest ability on the first turn because her quad cast only lasts for one turn from passive, I mean. So use this on the first turn, and you also gonna get 120% Wind, Earth, and Dark Resist Imperial. This is the best and probably the only source of Imperial that she has. She has other Imperial, but it is not 120%, so use this wisely. Okay, so for limit burst, you don't need even bother. Okay, because this is really bad, 5.25 times with Ignore Spirit, so only 10 times damage. Whoa, please don't use this. Simply save your limit burst maybe for her Brave form, so let's talk about it. So on her Brave form, she loses her Tornado Chain, but it doesn't matter, so it's okay. And on her Brave Shift form, she becomes Wind, Chaos Wave, Awakened Chainer. So yes, as a mage, she has access to 3 elements. Earth on normal form, Dark Finisher on normal form, and on Brave Shift, she becomes Wind Elemental Attacker. And it deals higher damage, but the problem is on this Brave Shift form, she doesn't have Imperil. So that's why I said use your grandest ability wisely on normal form. And yes, this form is not infinite. Yes, I know you need to go back anyway to your normal form to refresh your Imperil, but the point here is it's kinda shitty, okay? Because only 3 turns available on the second turn, and based on what I look on this Brave Shift form, it doesn't have anything special. Remember, she doesn't have killers. So let's say if you want to use her on Dark Vision where you need to use Wind Element, then you need to wait on the second turn. Yes, I know you use your first turn to Imperil, but I really hate this. Why she lacks Imperil? Oh, I really annoyed, guys, because whoa, she is kind of bad in my opinion. And for grandest ability, it is Chaos Wave Awakened Chaining, and yes, it deals 90 times, nice. It also grants her 100% limit burst damage for 2 turns. And yes, her LB, you can use her as LB Chainer, but like I said, LB Chainer because it is 16 hits attack, so it is obvious you probably cannot finish using this, and that means you need to have duplicate. And like you can see that if you're able to gear her, it is nice. If you're able to reach like 300% limit burst damage, she can deal like 550 times damage, which is huge. But again, I don't think she is that worthy, okay? Because remember, she doesn't have any limit burst damage passive, and remember, you don't have killers, so there are lots of things to do if you really want to maximize her damage. So one good thing from this limit burst is maybe the LB crystals, because it requires little LB crystals. So that's a good thing, but really, guys, I don't think it is that good. Okay, so enough about Brave Shift. Now let's talk about equipment. For equipment, yeah, simply build her magic and through dual wield or through double hand, depending on your choice. But if you go into true dual wield form, make sure you equip whip, because she will get additional magic boost. But that is, guys, really bad. Okay, she needs a lot of things, killers, limit burst damage, so I don't think it's worth to go for the trouble. Okay, so that's for equipment. Now for partner, she can chain with Wind and Earth Chaos Wave Awakened Chainer. So if you have like this Magic Terra is also Quadcaster, then she is good partner for your Dark Fina Neo Vision form. And yeah, basically she can go with any Chaos Wave Awakened Dark Vision Neo Vision, because she can break 80% spirit while chaining at the same time. That's probably the best utility she can provide to your party in Dark Vision, because again, let me repeat it, she doesn't have any killers, which is a big turn off for me. Okay, so enough about equipment and partner. Now for trial. For trial, again, Shinryu, Whip, Whiskered Beast, she works good. Okay, because those two doesn't have any thunder, wind and earth resist. But against Intangier, Scorn of Antenola, I advise you not to use her. Against Intangier, like I said, her source for Imperil only from grandest ability, so not good. It's obviously not good. For Scorn of the Antenola, you need to use AoE attack. And yes, you can do that with single target, but not recommended. Or you can use her as a dark finisher because her dark attack is AoE damage, deals AoE damage. But, God, really bad. Okay, so enough about trial. My conclusion for Dark Fina. Like I have said on the beginning, she is probably the worst Neo Vision until this point. Okay, I say worst doesn't mean she is unusable because like I said, on Dark Vision, she may be useful to bump your party damage using her 80% spirit. And remember, that is Chaos Wave Awaken chaining move, so you can also use her to bump your hit counts. So not that bad, but not as a DPS because she lacks of killers. And remember, Wind and Earth Chaos Wave Awaken chainers are kinda rare, so she may be good for becoming other Neo Vision chaining partner in the future. But at this point, pretty meh in my opinion. And yeah, there are lots of things I don't like about her, but yes, her Brave Shift duration is limited. The only purpose, only for elemental switch, so kinda crappy in my opinion. And she doesn't have any killers. It is obvious, I mentioned it multiple times. And yes, her Trust Master reward, it is bad. Even 4 stars characters have better Trust Master reward than her. And for the STMR, it is quite decent. Okay, 72 magic and spirit boost, and yeah, it has high magic and spirit, so it may be useful for magic spirit evoker, not sure. But yes, pretty high magic and spirit, but that's it. It is only equipable for female, but most mage and healer are female, so it is not a big problem. So I think that's all you need to know about Dark Fina. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys.